Hello, it's Sunday on the YA Rebels, meaning you should be with Sandy. But you're not, because she's not here. But that's okay, because I am also a Sandy.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Today I'm going to talk about names, specifically my names, and the names I use in books and stories and all that kind of stuff, writerly things. Anyway, so let's start with my names. First off, I'm Alex Fail, a substitute for Sandy, but I'm also Alexander, and I'm also Sandy, and I'm also Alex F. Fail. So, who are all these people? Well, let's start with the full name. Let's start with Alexander. That's the name my parents gave me, but I'm not Alexander. Alexander is either the kid's getting yelled at by his mother, or the great conqueror of multiple countries, and I'm certainly not a conqueror of multiple countries, and hopefully I'm not getting in trouble anymore. So let's cross out Alexander. Now then, let's talk about Sandy. See, as Alexander, the Scottish nickname for that is Sandy, so at home I am Sandy, and I was until kindergarten when I decided that my name wasn't Sandy, but that it was Alex. So then I became kind of a split personality. I became this Sandy, who's this nice kid, who's the one at home who his mom takes care of and does things when he's supposed to around the house and tries not to get in trouble so that he doesn't get called Alexander. But that's the only time I'm Sandy. The rest of the time I'm Alex. And that is the person who I think of one in my head. And Alex doesn't have any connotations. It doesn't have the good son. It doesn't have the world conqueror. It's just Alex. It's just me. And then I am also Alex F. Fail, who is the writer, and who has a lot more confidence than Alex does at times. So Alex F. Fail is this great personality that can go out and get books done and get books published and all that sort of thing. And what the hell does all that have to do with writing? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, just in case you didn't have it clear, I threw that picture in of Sandy and not Sandy, because I know that we look a lot alike, so I didn't want anyone confused. Anyway, what about names and writing? Well, in my writing, I find names are really important because they define who you are, right? I think that's sort of in everyone's writing. So it's difficult to just throw up a name. I start writing something, and if I don't have the right name, the character just doesn't flow. Take, for example, my current novel that I'm editing. The main character is called Emily, and the decision as to why she's Emily was very, very deliberate. She's a fighter. She's someone who's always against things. So I went out and looked to see what fighting type names are, and I discovered that Emily meant rival. I thought, that's perfect, that's awesome, Emily, awesome. Her sort of antagonist, kind of, is called Nikki, and that's because she's always a winner. And so, of course, always a winner, Victoria Nikki. There we go. Good. And what happens now then with her, with Emily, is she doesn't know that her name means that she's a rival, that she's always fighting, but I do. And so now whenever I'm writing, I always make sure that she has something to fight against. So whenever she's given the option to be nice or to fight, well, she'll fight. I also take this whole name thing to another series of short stories that I've been writing with a character who's called Daniel, who's unknowingly put himself basically in the lion's den. So of course, what name suits best for that but Daniel. And also I chose Daniel because it's a series of stories that I'm writing in both English and Spanish, and Daniel is a name that can translate across both of them without too much trouble. But that's just something not related to the story itself. Anyway, so names. Names are important. Yes, I think we got that point across. So there's that whole what's in a name Shakespeare thing, a rose is a rose is a rose, whatever. But I don't think that's true. If you call someone by a different name, you change who they are. Don't you think so? What do you think? Tell me. Add something in the comments, a comment, a video comment, anything. Say hi to me. Anyway, I'd like to hear from you. Bye!